welcome to Rev Sports. It's GT versus SRH at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, where we saw Sunrisers Hyderabad score 287 runs in their very first match. Since then, it's been cold for Sunrisers Hyderabad. GT, on the other hand, started off with a loss, but ever since has been winning 2 out of 2 matches, and now it's a decider. Will G- Gujarat Titans continue their momentum, or will SRH go gung-ho? That is the question that we're asking today. Shomik, I think, has a bit of an internet problem there. But Bharat, I'll go to you first. Um, Gujarat Titans, Shubman Gill. Obviously, we have Gujarat Titans doing very, very well. Going into this game, who has the upper hand?
See, Gujarat Titans, the most important aspect is not exactly their batting. If you notice, it is their bowling, because I guess this is one of the few teams out of 10 that has kind of what can I say, focused on pace bowling as well. If you look at their pace attack, they have enough depth in that pace department. I think that is one of the key reasons why they're doing well. Yes, their batters know their roles. Jose Butler, Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, the top order is the key part of their engine. So a key part of their engine, because the top three has been scoring a lot of runs for Gujarat Titans. Yeah, Sunrisers Hyderabad have nosedived into bad form where they're losing game after game. Maybe if they lose a couple of wickets upfront, if one of the batters can take a little bit of time, maybe 1-2 overs or 2-3 overs, and then again turbocharge the engine, then it would be fine. Because otherwise, if they keep collapsing in that fashion, then they may not be able to get those massive scores. I'm not asking for a batter to play an anchor type role in T20 cricket, but when you lose a bunch of wickets up front, one of the batters, even if he takes 1 hour or two, it wouldn't really harm the side's prospects. Then he can again make it up. So I think that is where they have one of the problems, and their bowling lineup looks a little weak to me. Pat Cummins has been going for a lot of runs in the recent matches. And even if you look at the backup bowlers, Shami perhaps is not at his best when it comes to pace bowling at his age. I don't think he's at the peak of his prowess, and even the spin attack is not exactly great. So I think they have enough problems, not just in their batting, but also when it comes to their bowling department. But they're playing at their home ground, so they know their home ground really well. They know the dimensions of the ground. That's the most important aspect, and they bowl accordingly. I have seen one has seen it in the past how they've used the dimensions of the ground so well. So from that perspective, who knows? Maybe it is SRH day, and they will come out on top.
Absolutely. Shomik, I'll go to you next. SRH, like Bharat also pointed out, has struggled for consistency after a strong start with that 286, in the first match. What do you think has gone wrong at this point? Is it the approach? Is it, go big or go home with the batting? Or do you just think that SRH may not be as well balanced as we all thought? Pat Cummins going for a lot of runs, bowling lineup not as penetrative as they would have liked it to be, and it seems like at this point for Sunrisers Hyderabad, as soon as there is a crumble in the batting lineup, nothing works for them.
Yeah, I mean, you have sort of covered almost everything, Gagi, in the sense that, see, the biggest worry for Sunrisers Hyderabad as regards their batting is that they don't seem to have a plan B. Their batting is the one-way traffic. When the degree of difficulty gets higher, when the pitch becomes a bit challenging, when the bowling becomes a little tougher, they struggle. And one of the other aspect is that they have failed to show middle order resolve when they are losing 2-3 wickets up front for 10, 12 runs. Then there is no middle order resolve in the sense that, and one of the reasons for that is Nitish Reddy's poor form. Nitish Reddy hasn't come to the party yet. Last season he was very, very good, but this season it could be the second season blues also. But whatever be the reason, he hasn't come to the party yet. So from that point of view, it is a worry. It is a worry in the sense, although this game they're playing at home, I expect them to lay out a belter. I expect them to lay out a belter at 250 plus pitch, stuff like that. That is their go-to option after losing three on the spin. But Sunrisers Hyderabad, obviously, and also in terms of fielding, KKR, their fielding was poor. So catches were dropped. Ground fielding was not up to scratch as regards their bowling once again. And also Manning captaincy. If you go back to their last game, come into Mendes bowled 1 over. He conceded 4 runs, took a wicket, and he was taken out of the attack. He wasn't in the bowl. And this the other guy, Simarjit, was given a full quota of 4 overs, and he conceded 47 runs. The batsman hit him for fun. Although I expect Jadab Unadkat to play today at the expense of Simarjit.
All right. Atra, your thoughts on this? SRH
I think
consist.
I think Bharat and Shramik has they have already pointed out what are the things to say over here about the SRH team, and I presume that this pre-match talk is more going to be about SRH than the other side, right? And yes, I think with SRH, where are they at the moment at the points table?
S-
I'll tell
Let
you.
me
I'll
check.
tell you. 10th and right at the bottom, right? And 10th and right at the bottom. So, and this is not what you expect from a team which sets high benchmarks for the highest totals ever scored in the IPL or even in T20 cricket. But the problem is that, as Shomik said and as Bharat said, and Gagi also knows, that they don't have, I mean, after the big hitters fail, they don't have enough backups and they don't have enough, I mean, Shomik said plan B. Yes, they don't have the plan B. I would say they don't even have a plan C, which comes to bowling. So those are problem areas, and which they will need to address very soon if they harbor any hope of making good progress in this edition of the IPL. And there are many problem areas, and the first, see, their strength is also their weakness, which is batting. And if you go hammer and tongs on the first ball and then lose a few wickets, then you end up in no man's land, and that is exactly where this Hyderabad team has found itself in sort of a zone called no man's land, and that's a uneasy position to be in. Gargi, yeah.
Yeah, well, these are visuals from outside of the stadium. It doesn't look as electrifying as we would have thought. Of course, it's an SRH versus GT game. SRH not doing well does have an impact on the home crowd as well, but there's a crowd nonetheless. Bharat, what I want to ask you is, we were all waiting for the Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma opening pair, right? And we all expected this to be a very, very strong opening pair, but they've only managed 75 runs in the four matches that they have played together. What do you think about this opening pair? First of all, yes, we saw some really good performances, but at the same time, the kind of impact they were expected to have, they are not having.
Yes, that is the other side of going hammer and tongs right from ball one. If you kind of try to play breezy innings every single time, there is a decent chance of you failing at least a few times. That's a double-edged sword. Bowlers are also bowling better. If you look at how they're bowling to Abhishek Sharma, they're cramping him up for room. They're not giving him much room. So bowlers are also bowling better to him. Travis has had a problem against Vaibhav Arora in the past. We saw it in the KKR versus SRH game from last year and also this year. And Mitchell Stark has had a wood over Travis Head, not just in the last couple of IPLs. Yeah, even if you go back to some 2017, 2018 domestic competitions in Australia, if you look at it, Mitchell Stark always has had an upper hand over Travis Head. So I guess he's got out to those two bowlers again. So that's the problem. If you on one side, if you get going, you might get to 50 runs of 20 balls, and everyone will go gaga or you're batting. But there's a decent chance that in the next 4 or 5 matches, you might get single-digit scores. I think SRH will take that because that is what they ask their batters to do. They just ask them to go out there, play with bravado, play with full adventure, play with freedom. So I think they're fine if they fail for 2 3 matches, because they always expect them to return to form at some point. Hopefully, from SRS point of view, the pitch will be flat at the Hyderabad Stadium, and they will they will smash the opposition to shreds today.
Amit, let's talk about Ishan Kishan a little bit. I want to ask both you and Athreyo about this. Huge impact in the first game, unbeaten century. Since then, no real impact has been had. Is it too early to be concerned right now, or is there something, in his technique or mentality that is causing this, or is it just a collective, failure of the batting lineup right now?
Yeah, no, no. Not going. I'm not getting into the technical part of the. It's sorry, it's T20 cricket. You live by the sword and die by it. And Sunrisers Hyderabad batting template has been like that, and Ishan Kishan has been fitting into that philosophy that it is living by the sword and dying by it. So from that point of view, we got run. Uh, in a way, sometimes T20 batting in T20 cricket can be a lottery. Batsmen take the batsman takes risks, and it's a high risk game also. Sometimes you connect, sometimes you don't. So from that point of view, I don't need. Ishan Kishan is a very talented player. When he's connecting the ball, he looks great. But it can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. So I'm not
Absolutely.
too concerned. But yes, yes, Ishan Kishan. See, we have to consider the bigger picture also. There would be an Asia Cup in September, which would be the audition for the T20 World Cup. If Ishan Kishan, and who is likely to earn back his central contract, there is still a debate whether he will earn back his central contract, which he lost last year, and the opinion is divided at the moment. What my sources say, it is 50-50. He might get it, or he might not. So from that point of view, he should target that Asia Cup, which will be played in a T20 format. He should like to be there in the mix, and to do that, he needs to have a strong IPL. So he needs to get his act together, and he needs to get back among runs. So from Ishan Kishan's point of view, this is a very important IPL.
Absolutely. Atru, let's talk about the Gujarat Titans team now a little bit. Sai Sudarshan, on the other hand, while we talk about inconsistency in the SRH batting lineup, Sai Sudarshan, excellent season for him so far. Even his lowest score is 49. You know, your thoughts on Sai Sudarshan and the way that he's been performing?
See, he is somebody who has been doing well in all the formats over the last few seasons. Be it T20, be it one day cricket, be it Ranji Trophy, be it for India A. He has performed. I mean, he came very close to India Test team selection. In fact, he has done actually quite well for India ODI side. So obviously he's a big talent. He's somebody who's quite dexterous. I mean, who doesn't. If you give him a chance, he won't let that go, and that's a sign of a good player. I mean, it's not very often that upcoming and promising players get those opportunities very often. Here is someone who got those chances and he make those count. So obviously, he's a big prospect as far as Indian cricket is concerned, not just only Gujarat Titans or Tamil Nadu. So certainly, he's a good player, and more important than that, he's also in a good atmosphere. He's also in a good team. I'm not demeaning other sides when I say this, but this side has given him the breathing space, so he doesn't have to hurry all the while. He can take his own time to make his presence felt, and he can possibly spend a few balls and doesn't have to bother too much about those things. So those are big pluses. I mean, when a team gives you that cushion, uh, that makes a big difference in T20s, because most of the people will tell you that, okay, I'll give you 5 balls, you give me 3 4s. Is it possible? It doesn't happen all the time, right? So uh, this team is a place where Sai Sudarshan has actually found the right place. And if we go by the runs, and as you pointed out, a lowest score of 49, which means that this boy is doing well, right? And why did it happen? Because I think the team environment, the team atmosphere must have played a part in this. It's not only about batting skills. Of course, he is very talented. He got all those skills and the shots to score those runs. It's him only who scored those runs. But the team has to give him that ambience, and I think that is what he has got.
Bharat, we had an extensive chat about Shubman Gill and captaincy as well. But when we look at this IPL season, Shubman Gill has had starts, but hasn't converted them into big knocks this season. And I think that is a bit of an issue when it comes to Shubman Gill. Do you think he's under pressure to deliver, or is he just waiting for the right match to break out? What are your thoughts?
I don't think he's under pressure to deliver. Maybe it is because the Sai Sudarshan is his tempo is such that it doesn't take chances in the power play. Maybe somewhere it is putting a little bit of pressure on Shubman Gill to play shots up front, because what Sai Sudarshan does is he takes a little bit of time in the power play, then he comes good against spin bowlers. He's a very, very good player of spin. So that could be putting a little bit of pressure on Shubman Gill, especially in the first game. We saw that against Punjab Kings. I think Shubman Gill tried to force the pace and lost his wicket. But I don't think there's any issue with the Shubman Gill. See, Gujarat Titans' template is such that they will look to get 60 runs in first 6 overs, and then they will try to push on and hope that they can get to 200 plus. It may not be the greatest template going around, but that's their set template, and it has kind of worked for them with a decent, good pace attack. So I don't see much of an issue with Shubman Gill. Maybe he's trying to force the pace a little too much, with Sai Sudarshan not getting quick starts at the top of the order. So it's just a matter of getting the pace of the innings right.
I'm on mute. Yes, but let's talk about Gujarat Titans' middle order and the depth that they have with players like Sherfane Rutherford, Shah Rukh Khan, Rahul Tewatia, and also Rashid Khan in the middle. Gujarat Titans have an incredible depth. When you talk about this, when especially taking today's game in uh, in consideration, SRH, if that batting fires, how important will it be for the middle order to fire today? You're on mute. You're doing the same thing as I did.
Yeah, yeah, I'd still like them to play Glenn Phillips ahead of Rutherford. I mean, Glenn Phillips can be as big and as impactful an enforcer like Rutherford, if not more. But his presence in the field means you are saving 10 to 15 runs. You can see some spectacular catches, unbelievable catches. He is an impact fielder in his own right, let alone impact sub. He is an impact fielder in his own right who can change the course of a match through his fielding. So I'd like the Gujarat Titans taking Glenn Phillips ahead of this Rutherford guy, and that would be otherwise. Otherwise, if you look at their batting lineup, Rahul Tewatia at number six, number seven or eight, Rashid Khan, who can force the pace as well. It is a very well-rounded team. Not only the batting, bowling also. Overall, it's a very well-rounded team. When you are opening with Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill, followed by Josh Butler. I mean, Josh Butler is a match winner in this format in white ball cricket. He is a match winner. So overall, that is the precise reason why Gujarat Titans are my favorites in this game, despite the fact that Sunrisers Hyderabad would be playing at home. Sunrisers Hyderabad can be, I mean, Sunrisers Hyderabad can, they are able to score 250 plus on their day. But then again, given that this all-round ability of Gujarat Titans, that and on our 5 at 5 live. I said this also because of this all-round ability, all-round quality, and depth. This is why Gujarat Titans are my favorite for this game.
Let's talk about the bowling a little bit. Gujarat Titans, both Atre and Bharat. I'll go to you on this. Mohammad Siraj, first of all, in excellent form, superb with the new ball, alongside Prasidh Krishna and Ishant Sharma. Gujarat, looks like they have a lethal pace attack, and when it comes to today's game as well, it looks like it's GT's bowling versus SRH's batting. What do you think?
You missed out one name. That is the left arm bowler, Ashad Khan, I think.
Arshad, yes.
And yeah, and that's well, that is a combination they chose for that game on that venue. I'm not sure if they're going to do this the same thing over here. But yes, they one thing is clear that they trust in their bowlers. I mean, they trust in their bowling abilities. It's not only one dimensional or one sided. They don't overload their side with batters, power hitters. They also take into account the factor that bowlers also play a crucial part into T20 matches. They can win matches, and that's what they have chosen so far. What exactly their ploy will be, how, what kind of combinations they will choose, we'll know in 7 or 8 minutes from now when the toss happens. But I think having a bowler as a coach, Ashish Nehra, that makes a bit of a difference because how many coaches do you see who are bowlers? I mean, let's go by examples all over the world. Um, there are not too many. Of course, there are one or two. Australia's coach is one, but there are not too many. So this having a bowler as a coach has probably making a bit of a difference here with this Gujarat team, and it's difficult to say how they will perform in every match, but it's very clear that they are going out there with a plan in mind. When as far as bowling is concerned, batting obviously, of course, and even bowling wise, they are going there with a particular strategy, and they are trying to stick to it. And they have chosen the players who can fit those bills, and they are trying to adhere to those plans. So that is what is quite striking in my mind. If you ask me, I find it quite striking because I don't see too many teams paying so much attention to details when it comes to bowling. Yeah.
And Gargi, I have a point
Yes.
just to add to this. Gujarat Titans have a captain who has been handling his bowlers very very well. Even not only in India, he is getting noticed across the border also. I was talking to Rashid Loti, former Pakistan captain, and I wrote a piece on Siraj and I incorporated his quotes. And Rashid Bhai said that I have been watching the IPL and I'm very, very impressed with the way Shubman has been handling the bowlers. It's a very important thing from the bowler's point of view. Siraj said that he's the bowler's captain after last year's IPL when Gujarat Titans didn't have a very successful run. I interviewed Umesh Yadav, and Umesh being such a senior player, gave his vote of confidence to Shubman. He said something. He is very, in the sense, the way he listens to everyone, and then the final call is always his. And the way he communicates with his bowlers in terms of field setting, in terms of plans, that is quite brilliant. So when the praise is coming from someone as stalwart like Umesh Yadav, even it is getting noticed from across the border. When this guy has the vote of confidence from Rohit Sharma, Rohit told us at a press conference during the Champions Trophy that there are reasons why he has been elevated to India's vice captaincy. So you know this guy has potential in terms of captaincy, in terms of tactical nous, and in terms of leadership qualities.
Bharat, your thoughts on the Gujarat Titans bowling lineup? You spoke about it a little bit before, but go into depth because they've been doing very, very well.
Yeah, see, they have variety in the attack. That's the main thing. If you look at Mohammad Siraj, is basically a seam bowler who can swing a bit. If you look at Prasidh Krishna, is this tall bowler who hits the pitch hard and also bowls the slower into the pitch deliveries. Obviously, Rabada is out with the personal issues, but even the replacement Arshad Khan is a swing bowler, left arm swing bowler. So they have a good variety. Obviously, Ishan Sharma brings experience to the table. If there is a problem with Gujarat Titans attack, I'm still not sure how they will go in the slog overs. Yes, they defended quite well in the second game. They got it right in the second game when Siraj Prasid and all found the right lines against MI. But I still wonder how they will go about at Hyderabad. If, for example, Hyderabad are going hammer and tongs and they're something like 150 for one after 13, 14 overs, then I want to see how this attack will go about things in a slog overs, death overs. I think that there is small problem because neither Siraj nor Prasidh Krishna is known. Both of them are not known for their skills in the death overs. So I think that there's the only small issue. But otherwise, the main strength of that attack is they have a lot of variety in the pace attack. So I think that is what is really helping them to do well in this IPL.
Yes, 4 minutes to go for the toss. We'll be waiting eagerly because this is going to be fun. But for 4 minutes, let's dedicate this to tomorrow's game, which is also exciting because Jasprit Bumrah is coming back. Shomik, very exciting, not just for Mumbai Indians but also for Indian cricket fans because this means he's back into the mix.
I will go back to my piece in the morning. Jasprit Bumrah is back. India heaves a sigh of relief. He is the Kohinoor of Indian cricket. He is the most valuable player in Indian cricket, and obviously, it's very very heartening. And Mahela Jayawardene confirming that he would be available for tomorrow's game. So if Bumrah is available for tomorrow's game, so even as an impact sub, he is going to play. So from that point of view, that is massive. In the sense, he hasn't played competitive cricket since the Sydney Test in December. He was having that lower back stress related issue in his lower back. There were confusions. There were confusions how long he would be going, how long he would be on the sidelines, what would be his future, whether he would be playing in this IPL or not. And we have a five-test series in England starting in June. So everything taken into account, Bumrah coming back is the biggest and the best news for Indian cricket today. I hope, obviously, and one more thing that this time around, BCCI, in conjunction with the IPL franchises, have decided to keep an eye on the workload of the fast bowlers, especially the fast bowlers during the IPL. Usually, BCCI doesn't do that because I mean, for this 2.5 months, it is down to the franchises only. But as we have a series against England, and the instructions, the directives came directly from Gautam Gambhir in this regard. So Bumrah's workload during the IPL would be monitored not only by the MI physios, but the BCCI physios. The BCCI team will also keep an eye on that. It will be in conjunction with the Mumbai Indians franchise.
Atreo, your thoughts on this?
On Mumra,
Yes, of
well,
course.
I don't exactly expect miracles from him right away because he's coming. See, he's a human being. Huh? He's a great bowler, but he's a human being, and he's coming off a injury layoff. So he will, no matter how much of time you spend at the nets and doing rehabilitation and all those things, nothing is a substitute for bowling out there in the middle. So this is something that he will do for the first time after a few months. So I uh, suggest everybody else that let's not expect miracles from him. I mean, let's not expect 4-0, 14-4. No, it can happen. It may not happen either. So I think let's be realistic. Let's give him a chance to come back. We all know how valuable bowler he is for the Indian team, and a very important series in England is coming up. Five test matches, a long tour. There were talks about him getting the captaincy as well. So things are really complicated. But let's
Yep.
look forward to what lies ahead immediately, which is the match tomorrow or day after. And
Yes.
he will possibly make a comeback, and he will, well, the kind of a bowler he is, he will definitely do well. But again, I mean, I'm just saying that let us not expect miracles from him. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, while we wait for the toss, only I think in a few seconds we'll know what happened with that. But it seems like Harshal Patel is not playing. Washington Sundar has gotten his GT debut cap, and as per reports, as from what I'm getting, is Harshal Patel is in the hospital. Not sure for what, but that's the case. He is out of the team right now, and Washington Sundar is getting his cap. But okay, we have the toss update. It's Gujarat Titans who have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. Bharat, what? How does this change Gujarat Titans' chances? And who are you supporting? First of all, wait, there is one comment here. Suman Awasthi saying Bharat back in his Travis head avatar. Is he supporting SRH now?
Oh, I'm not exactly great fan of Travis said, but it is that is how it is. People think I'm a look alike, but yes, if I'm look alike, fine, great. But that doesn't mean I'm supporting SRH. But
This is
yeah,
joking.
it's interesting that Harshal Patel is in hospital. Let's see what exactly the reason is. Yes, Gujarat Titans off the ball. That is something that every basically every team does that now. They just ball first in the IPL. So that's something every team does it. So let's see how it will go, how it will pan out for the SRH side or the Gujarat Titans side. Yes, the Gujarat have a good pace attack. Maybe they will be able to restrict Sunrisers Hyderabad to maybe not a to a decent total, and from there they can go and chase the target.
All right, let's take predictions. Shomik Atreo. Shomik, you've already said that GT is winning, right?
Yeah, yeah. I stick to
Okay.
that.
Yes, I stick to that as well. Athro?
Is that it? By the law of
Yes, okay.
averages, you can't keep
Oh,
them out for a long time. I mean, if they play 10 games, there will be at least 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 where they will come out strong, and it hasn't happened over the last few games. So I expect that to happen. I mean, don't forget. I mean, they scored 125 for no loss in 6 overs. Last year, 125 for no loss in 6 overs. And as Mr. Bharat had is there with Mr. Abhishek Sharma, uh, and with all and the whole
yes.
bandwagon to follow. I expect them to come good today. And yeah, I don't have any money in my pocket, but I put my money on SRH.
I have a little bit of a feeling that it could very well be SRH today, but I'm backing GT to win this because of more balance in the side. But thank you so much, Shomik. With this, Shomik,
You
Bharat,
didn't
and
ask.
Atul.
You didn't ask Travis said look alike for his prediction.
Oh, sorry. Give me your prediction.
Yeah, I think I guess it is SRH only because they're playing at their home ground, so I'm
Yeah.
backing them. And see,
All
Travis said
right.
himself sitting here, so
I used this strategy yesterday with CSK and I did not, I failed miserably. But on that note, thank you so much, everyone. Let's see who wins the bets out of all four of us. Thank you, Shomik, Atra, and Bharat. And to everyone who's watching, don't forget to join us at the end of the show. We'll be back.